Hello, my friends, and welcome to Words of Wisdom Wednesday. We are super duper excited to be able to, if you're watching this live, to be able to start December with a bang, if you will, because we made it 11 dynamic, fabulous, amazing, magnificent months. And we are in the 12th month of the year, 2025. Again, if you're watching this live. And so it's very awesome to be able to see all the things that you have accomplished because I do stalk you and I do watch you actually. So keep it up. It's very awesome. I'm Cathy Weaver, and I am definitely part of the fan club for Delinda Lane and the Fun, Fearless Female global community of Christian women. And I am sure Delinda is on her, I imagine it is maybe the first decade of Fun, Fearless Female, but it might be getting ready to start the second decade. So, Delinda, you'll have to let me know exactly how many years you've had this dynamic group. But I've been part of it ever since I heard of it. So, I love being here and sharing words of wisdom with you all the time. Lest you panic that I'm going to sing the ABCs to you, because I did think of that, but I wanted to spare each of you. Get your coffee, get your stars, get whatever you get when you're thinking of ABCs. But I have mentioned before, and it's in, I think, both of my books about networking, the ABCs of networking, the ABCs of business, the ABCs of whatever you want to talk about. And it's so amazing to me that people, I guess, have not yet embraced the ease of making a post that starts with a specific letter. Debbie Miller, actually, for those of you who know Deb Miller, Debbie has actually done that with her Legal Shield company. A is for, B is for. I know she just did P is for protection, Q is for questions, if you have questions regarding Legal Shield. So if you think about that, with 26 letters in the alphabet, you have an opportunity to switch it up twice a year, which means you would have A twice, B twice, C twice. 52 weeks in a year, 26 letters in the alphabet. We've talked about this before, but other than Debbie, I haven't seen anyone go through the letters, so that you actually have a different post every time. Now, the good news is your viewership may not be the same every 6 months, which means if you start A in January and then you start A again in July, 6 months later, then your viewership, the folks who are following you, might not be the same in July as they were in January. So you could even repeat your post or repeat the word that starts with A, B, C, D, all the way down for the second half of the year. So think about that. But if you made it to December and you're on your maybe XYZ pieces, then you can think about the different things that would be a good fit for you as far as finishing up the year and the goals and things like that. So I have, and I keep several charts, I keep them on my phone because depending upon what group I'm in, if they want to do the ABCs or then they say, what's the Q for? What's the something else for? I have PQ, which is my second networking book, Networking on Steroids Post Quarantine. And I think in terms of Q, and in this case, obviously, was quarantine. How long were you at home? So you were literally in quarantine. We weren't able to leave our homes, supposedly, for a while. And so I made the ABCs of networking PQ. So J is for just say yes when you get that invitation to a webinar. And so think about what you want to ABC about, whether it's your company, whether it is your ministry, whether it is your group, the ABCs of networking for a group. Let's think of that for business networking. A is for attend conferences. B is for business cards are essential. C is for confidence is key to making yourself interesting. Then we go all the way to V for volunteering is a great place to meet people. W, write. Blogs and newspapers are great places to connect. Newsletters are obviously fantastic sources for getting subscriptions and people to actually follow your newsletter, things like that. One of my favorites of the business networking is J is for join groups. It's very awesome to be part of a group. And just like I've mentioned with Fun, Fearless Female global community of Christian women, I love being part of this group. We get to meet once a quarter in person. That's a blast to see everybody. We get to meet often as far as different calls that Delinda does, and I'm in her Bible studies that she's doing on Zoom. It's just a fun way, again, to meet people. Then let's think in terms of the ABCs of networking as it relates specifically to your company. My business is Kangen Water. and it has been for 18 years. So I love being able to share the ABCs of Kangen, so to speak, as far as my business. E is for Enagic. That's the name of my company. K is for kiddos and Kangen. Do your kiddos take their own water bottle to school? If they do, they can fill it with Kangen and they'll have healthy water all day long instead of the stuff that comes out of those water faucets. U is under the counter unit. That's a one of the machine choices that we offer. X, now I did cheat on this one, I will admit, but X is for exactly the right machine for your home and office. And so I think in terms of the B is for back to basics, the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat. You can mix it up however you want, but I encourage you, people are thinking of their words of the year, and we'll get to that actually later this month because I have my word chosen already. And so you think in terms of the ABCs that you could be doing as far as your post, just to change it up a little. You think in terms of the word that you'll be focusing on for next year, either that it's something that you've accomplished that you love, or something that you're striving toward that you're aiming for the next 12 months. So again, I wanted to welcome you to December. It is so cool to be part of this group, definitely. And I love the feedback that you continue to give me on Words of Wisdom Wednesday. But if you haven't done the ABCs of networking, business, your organization, your ministry, if you haven't done that yet, it's a cool way to keep you on track as far as your postings. And that way you can always have fresh content. So F is for fresh content. What do you think? Thank you again for joining me on Words of Wisdom Wednesday. I'm Cathy Weaver. And what would you use for Z? I'm not going to help you on that one. What would you use for Z? Let's find out what's in the comments. Bye for now, my friends.